And welcome back. We're where we left off last time in Shadow Empire. At the top of round 208, we have 6 decisions. And hopefully starting to see, a bunch of political power, so that's a decent possibility that a lot of our assets are starting to come back online properly. Still having recruitment problems, so I think that is logistics that's kicking in and being a problem. Is we're having trouble trying to actually get things to the capital. That's what I think is happening there. Probably due to worker shortages in the capital. The radiation is gone for the moment, so what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to mothball them to save on workers. Try to get the other assets running faster. We're going to colonize as workers the colonists.
Copy that.
I guess 300 more workers. That's not enough really to make a big difference in the capital, but it should help a little bit.
Copy that.
I think it's mechanized that I would want. I'm not sure if I've grabbed it already. That might be why I'm not seeing it. So what I wanted to grab, if I saw it under mechanized, was mechanized siege grenadiers. Grab mechanized grenadiers in case. Grab the siege. Walk out. Before I got that demand complete last turn, right? It didn't stay high enough. I demanded it to stay high enough. We'd probably successfully roll on that walkout, but we'll give in to their demands. It's not much money. Increases the likelihood that we actually complete the Humanist Party's request.
Order acknowledged.
And this is extending the mine.
Aye,
mine in thought process.
Affirmative.
Okay, mining overview. Empties are all empty, yes. Construction. Power bank finished, that's not super important. Most of the stuff had decent progress. Hansen was a little bit behind. Hansen's the stuff to the east. I'm actually kind of surprised Hansen's having problems. Hansen's probably having problems due to delivery issues, to be fair. That's probably what's happening. He's probably having delivery issues. Yeah. And we're seeing that a lot of the stuff is starting to be delivered to the front line. That's a good thing to see. I don't like that there's a bigger discrepancy between what is requested, what we have in supply. That's a little disconcerting. Though sometimes, well, I don't think we're getting any militia reinforcements, so that wouldn't track, but sometimes that happens when you've got militia stuff that needs to be resupplied. Is they'll show up in the SHQ as being ready to deploy, even though they're not going to deploy to what your demand is. Well, I suppose maybe some of it was a little bit of unit starving. Hopefully that should be being fixed over time, if that is the case. Over here we don't need to worry about anything. Okay. So units are done. Border motion is done. Honestly, what's kind of holding up fixing other problems is the population worker issue in the capital. Mainly this is capital, is just not hiring quick enough. Okay, Ocelots is beginning to recover. It's actually got some workforce at this point. It's kind of good to see. And of course the economy is bouncing back, so we're seeing it start to build with what civilians has got, transport hubs and light industry and stuff. Money didn't go down as badly as I was worried it was going to. Let's try to get some more money when we're thinking about it. Probably selling off high-tech parts, sadly, is where we're going to go.
Roger that.
Oh yeah, that's going to generate us a little bit of money. Blue, okay, blue is partial supply. Yeah, so we've still got some supply issues. Small town here. Let's call up the slave trader. Let's get some more population.
Order acknowledged.
And that's 2,000 people pop. So that's helping keep the population up here, even as it's pretty heavily decreasing. Well, in this case, it's decreasing because we're expanding worker class, right? So, but also that should help with keeping it from shrinking from due to immigration. Yeah, 3,000 people emigrated to Belrad. Belrad is also experiencing emigration off to Ocelotz and Ergstone. Oh, and it's the one that's actually supplying to our colonist pool. Why aren't you supplying to the colonist pool? Interesting. I don't know why you're not supplying to the colonist pool.
Standing by for orders.
Actually, I should... Let me look at the city. Specifically. Without going into the zones. Hansen. Partial. We're getting public asset issues in Hansen. 3. Heavy industry. Why is the... Well, heavy industry wouldn't actually be that surprising, I suppose. Metal shortage. Hospice is under construction. It's decreased. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's not necessarily telling me why you're not contributing workers. You're not contributing troops. And yeah, we're seeing the big problem here with the capital. The capital's not really producing super efficiently. Ronbund has managed to provoke me. Okay, so they're trying to get back to a state of war. And that's kind of a problem. Okay, so because we're low enough, I can possibly pull them back
Affirmative.
by throwing money at them, or trying to throw money at them. Okay, so they might declare back on us. So it's a good thing I actually looked at the news, because I didn't realize that was going to be something that would show up. Spies overview, where all our spies are. So I was looking at victory. So this is our victory state. That's the guy in the leader, mainly leading actually to the planet, right? So that's one thing with Docile Reich. As we drive population on Bonburned, they're going to gain more population, right? So their percentage of the population is going to go up. Emperor dashboard. Trying to think about where I would see treasury effects. This would tell me probably recruiting. Spent on recruiting. Yeah, confused. Well, I probably should have stopped sitting here being confused. We didn't get any recruits from Hansen. Not sure why. As I would assume that the logistics there would probably be one of the best positions from a logistics standpoint. But we do have a little bit of bottleneck going out east. It's not as bad as what's going out west, but we have a little bit of it going east. Alright, well, let's do that cycling. And hopefully not get declared on over the end turn. Hopefully, this will be a boring end turn. Looking at the front, and I don't immediately recognize which front that is. Probably something we're seeing due to spies, I would have to guess. Okay, I'm not seeing any hexes falling, so it looks like they didn't declare that turn. Whether or not they try to lower our mutual opinion more is a different question. Over to the militarists. I don't think we have enough reconnaissance anymore on the militarists to see anything. At this point, we don't actually see much of the Allied border. Because at this point, they've been starting to being driven away from us. And then the blackmailers, the blackmailers at most are probably going to blackmail us. So this is mainly interesting in that we might see their motions on borders that we sort of share mutual with the hostile group. The hostile group's got, what, the most land besides me, but not necessarily the most people, which is why they're in first. Whereas these blackmailers are actually been the ones probably benefiting from a population standpoint. They have the highest population. I like to be making more cities now, but we're running into the problems of we're not getting enough colonist volunteers, and we need to fix the capital more than we need to get these colonies going at the moment. And it's our turn. Hopefully. Yep, round 209. 2 decisions, 107 reports. There we go, robotic infantry. So one way to solve the people population problem is use robots as a replacement. And the thing we're going to develop here is we're going to develop robotic infantry. I think robotic infantry already cost... Actually, let's cancel this remote. Let's go over and we'll do a blueprint model first of robotic infantry. Okay, so they have to be in combat armor or battle dress. And even with slug throwers, they take some high-tech parts. So that's actually maybe an argument to do something like plasma rifles. Right, because that's just going to double their machine part, or double their high-tech parts. Or if I wanted to keep them low, I could go rare metals. That would be cheaper, I suppose. So we could do laser rifles or charged Gauss. Actually, let's try to keep them reasonably cheap. So, charged Gauss, heavy combat armor. We're not going to go up to battle dress. We're going to try to save the battle dress for keeping our fleshy human troops alive. And yeah, you can see these guys are... Oh, and swapping into heavy plasma rifles isn't even going to really increase their firepower, or increase the defensive firepower, so that's good to know. We'll go with the Gauss rifles. This is because we've improved personnel weapons. So really, that would be the case of do I want to give them hit points with the battle dress? I think we can do mostly with the lower hit points. We'll try to focus on trying to get the fleshy troops to have more hit points first.
Copy that.
Okay. So that's that. That's a backslide on logistics. So what we can do, well, what we will try to do is try to get these guys back into logistics. As much as we can. Because yeah, that's bad from a logistics standpoint. We do want them operating down there, but if they're not getting logistics, they'll start to starve, and that's bad. Not 100% sure where that went down the toilet. Probably again due to issues with things like the truck station here not working at full speed. It's being refreshed as soon as our radioactives are being produced. Obviously, we need to get you workers.
Copy that.
Mostly over here, everything looks to be fine. Food is being prioritized. Food obviously gets prioritized first, so food is delivered first. So the units are getting what they need to eat. And what's getting shorted is hopefully going to ammo. I'm going to need more troops. Yeah, so at some point... and this is one thing I will do, is I need to get more people that are colonists. So we're going to dump a bunch of people in the capital. Try to float up the population higher so we can get the workers being hired quicker. To just get the city working quicker. We're also going to call up the capital.
Copy that.
The capital, in theory, is only recruiting troops. I needed to sort its population issues quicker. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually tell it to stop recruiting those troops. I don't think it was the only source of our troops either. I think we're getting troops from other sources as well. Mainly asset perks. I think we're giving us troops. You're fine, you're fine. We can spend some money to get more people. China, so we will do that.
Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged. Standing by.
So you're looking a little groggy, so let's actually try to pull the tanks back to China. Because I know the logistics situation in theory in China is a little better. Where's the third tank, or the fifth tank? 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I lose a whole? That would be bad. I've also one. Missing units. We did lose a whole tank brigade, or tank battalion. Whole sub-unit in the grid. Okay. Honestly, food is mostly probably being a problem due... well, going down probably due to it not being delivered back to the capital. Production, consumption, output actually delivered to the SHQ is 0. Yeah, so production, consumption, so that should be positive, but that's not being delivered to the SHQ. And the capital is growing. So hopefully they get to work making the capital industries run. We do need to improve happiness with you, because we need to delay this war from starting if we can.
Affirmative.
Okay, that should hopefully delay it a little bit longer. Construction. I'm not going to add any new construction, because that might be one of the sources of logistical issues preventing us from getting stuff. Well, mainly getting more colonists to the capital. If we get more colonists to the capital, we can start to fix the capital faster. Mining overview. We have a mine that can be improved in Belgrade, so we should, again, strat card, peripheral mining. Yep.
Aye, aye, sir.
So we'll get a decision next turn. Oh, Belgrade is having some issues with happiness. Due to lack of remuneration, and... okay, so the remuneration we can fix. Yeah, income for the civilians went up in the city.
Standing by. Sir, yes, sir.
Zone orders. Let's try to go 2 above the
Sir, yes, sir.
civilian industry for the moment. That should at least fix the -3 due to lack of remuneration. Oh, and you're low. I don't... why did I miss you going low? It's an issue. Priest have enough food. Diminished due to... okay, so let's call you up. 0.09, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna give you like... zone orders. Like 5 more.
Aye, aye, sir.
That got us positive again. Little worried that this zone isn't doing super well. There really isn't any reason this zone shouldn't be doing decently well. Could we give you like a school or something? I think that's what's one of the things driving you not to be super great. Sure, we'll give you a
Sir,
school.
yes, sir.
Why don't I see a school? Did I have the wrong zone selected? That's a good question. Maybe.
Aye, sir.
Build up a zoo as well. Zoo provides education. Okay, so leveling the zoo up should help with the education a little bit. Should help with keeping them happy. That's reasonably happy. I'm actually somewhat surprised that we've got workers here again.
Standing by. Order acknowledged.
Zone orders. Oh, workers are full here already. Okay. In the case of this city, try to give me colonists instead. Build you up, so I'd rather have 500 colonists than 500 troops. Especially with the generation that we know you're going to have robots soon. Troop duties. These might as well get mothballed. We don't necessarily want them to be destroyed, but they don't need to be worked right now. Yeah, hopefully that city, well, that city's starting to come back. It'll never get big as it was in the past. It's probably where we should stand. This should be a conflict there. And wage here is fine. Actually, no, the wage here is a bit low because the civilian income is getting a bit high.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that should keep it from going down. And yeah, that's probably where we're going to cycle. Should, well, could do some more contemplation of spycraft. Get some more opinion with them that way. I doubt you're getting open contact off of that. Unless their diplomacy is significantly changed. And oh no, we can't roll it right now. We're gonna open with them, so it's fine. Covert arms. Deploy some spies, because we do want to do, again, we still kind of want to do call to success at some point if we can ever get these guys trained enough. And the way to train them is to give them spying duties. Send out more spies.
Yes, sir. 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 Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll see if that starts to take beneficial effect. Over the intern. Okay, we're now seeing some movement from the hostile guys. But it's mostly along the border. And we see they haven't taken any of our borders, so presumably they didn't... Because I think the diplomacy AI goes first. Presumably they didn't declare on us. Or at least haven't declared on us in this portion of the turn yet. They are obviously at war with our Friendship Pact guy. So the Friendship Pact guy is basically losing his territory between us and the hostile. Because we're not really putting pressure on the hostile. Okay, too small. Basically 4th and 5th on the podium, which isn't really on the podium at that point, right? Didn't take particularly long turns. We've been embedding quite a few spies of these guys, so we might actually see some movement. Depending on how effective the spies were at giving us reconnaissance info. Seeing some territory motion, but not very much. And it should be coming up on our turn shortly. Probably calculating the events right now. Suffer no losses, nor made any kills. We have 5 decisions. CEO is asking for a subsidy. Did we, in the end, actually get the demand complete? No, that's proving harder to do, because democracy keeps going down is what's happening. It goes down over the end time before this kicks in. It's kind of being what the problem is. Subsidy will still get, like the CEO. And we like commerce. We just don't like when they want enforcement.
Yes, sir.
Is an empty mine, so we increase the empty
sir.
mine.
Affirmative.
Bonus command.
Roger that.
Yeah, more meritocracy. At this point, it may be easier to fix the Justice Front's demand than to worry about the Humanist one. Just because the democracy keeps going down over the intern. Okay, so obviously logistics started to fix itself because we just gained 3,500 colonists. So that's probably colonists coming off of Hansen finally. Nope, population didn't go down, so they didn't come from Hansen. Where did they come from? I don't know. Or Hansen's just not calculating population change right? That might be what's going on there. Yeah, because it's not... Oh, showing the minus 900... Yeah, I don't know where that's come from. Okay. Got a bunch of colonists. Capital needs workers. So, as workers, to the capital,
Copy
please.
that.
Now, we also got a whole bunch of recruits, which is also good to see. Some replenishment out to the front looking like... Oh, and we got a bunch of machine parts in. That's another good thing to see. So we can deploy quality troops for the new difference. Contemplating. Yeah, we don't want to push back into our forward positions again because they're still not looking super great. So we need to. In fact, we probably still need to keep pulling back a bit. To try to get into green supply. Yellow supply will vaguely work. Green would be better. So as much as I want to hold the line down here, we don't have the logistics down here yet. Probably due to the fact that the truck station doesn't get enough workers. So we pull back there. What's Austerlitz looking like? Okay, so they fired some workers. Arguably have more workers than they probably need. They should be able to get that fixed pretty quickly. Maybe. They are making repairs, hopefully? Yeah. Repaired, 50 points, that's 251. Really inoperable, but it takes a lot to break it. That's why it's still around. And it now has its own transport hub, which is good to see. You need workers. You're working fine. Happiness is declining, but happiness declining is fine. I'm gonna call you up. We're gonna interact with the slave trader again. We're gonna go ahead and get people. And we like it to be a little bit happier than that. Yeah, I must have the wrong zone selected when I played the school. Because it looks like the school didn't show up. Let's call you up and give you a little bit more wage.
Aye, aye, sir.
We do want to keep the workers happy there. You look fine. You're getting a little. You're always going to get a little bit grumpy from us mass recruiting slaves. So every once in a while, I will have to probably try to bribe them. You want your quality of life scores to go up. I'm surprised you're... Well, because what's the problem here? You got a civilization score of 84. The quality of life scores are pretty bad. Yeah. 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 That's not wrong. Can we play some strat cards on you to try fixing some of that? No scrap cards yet. Commercial zones, no, we already got a level 3 asset of that. I don't really have any those points. We tried a private investment to get expansion of the civilian assets, but well, the civilian assets are not necessarily working the way we want them to just because there's too much for them to do. So the solution will probably have to be construction. Hopefully with the improved logistics, that should not be a problem. Yeah, let's just build. Improve the quality of life in the zone. We do that best by building
Sir, yes, sir.
all the quality of life buildings. They take 2 turns, so hopefully we'll see a great resurgence in zone quality
Sir, yes,
in a
sir.
couple turns. Oh, and your quality of life is pretty bad. Your quality of life is actually the highest. Because of course it is. Obviously building more is not gonna help the worker issue, right? So I can fix the quality of life issue if I had workers. I don't have the workers right now, so that's not our option. Hansen's perfect. Granted, Hansen's probably perfect because Hansen has not been nuked. That's a good way to ruin the quality of life in a zone, is take a nuclear weapon to the face. So your qual's good. It's probably why people are emigrating out of the city, to be fair, is the qual's pretty bad. Do I splurge and try to qual improvement here as well? Yeah, it's only level 2 city, so it shouldn't take a lot of qual to get them to stop complaining.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
We're getting some radioactives in, which is also cool. Which also, I suppose, means that you're not reloaded yet, but you'll probably be reloaded in a turn or 2. Okay, hopefully that improves as workers in the capital improve. We did just throw 3,000 workers in the capital, so hopefully that helps. International diplomacy, that is something we should try to do. So you're at 53. 53 might be hard to improve at this point. They're semi-opposed to being bribed into greater happiness. So that wouldn't pass, that won't pass. Oh, and I'm on peace. I can't propose peace. The one I was thinking of is open contact, and they're not interested in open contact. Okay. Oh, one zone I haven't been checking. I haven't been checking this zone. Workers are rock bottom. Workers are rock bottom because we're not paying them enough. Call you up. Let's try to improve your worker happiness by raising your worker wages.
Order received.
Not enough, but that should hopefully work. You're still unincorporated. You're a regular zone, so you should be getting from there. Regular capital zone, regular zone, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Your happiness is fine, your happiness is fine. Anything I need to come back here and probably bribe them to deal with the whole slavery issue. Your worker happiness is improving. So, yeah, at some point we can probably actually try to get this city a little more functional. And if it gets a little more functional, it can take over some of its neighboring assets. So we can take over the ruins and the mine and the petrol and stuff. And yeah, I don't know what your problem is as far as recruiting. Victor State, we can see our population is growing as a proportion of the population, or the national, or planetary population, which is good to see. Which is dragging theirs down, so that's something to be aware of. Okay, I'm going to cycle the turn. Always forget to do it. I need to always try to keep a bunch of money on hand. So I may have unhappy cities if payments don't go through. Whoops. Do I load an autosave if that happens? Probably not. Probably just roll with it. The biggest place where it might be a problem is actually the capital. Might stump the colonist resupply. The end of this intern is where I'm going to put the part break. Hopefully the intern is pretty boring. As with an opinion of 50 with Bronbrun, hopefully they won't declare on us. Which will hopefully buy us some time to hopefully now take advantage of the fact that we're now getting colonists again. Decent quantity. Okay, so the enemy has at least done their thinking, so they're moving about, executing their choices. Which, as we can see, is mostly them moving troops to their hostile fronts. On the ally turn, which at this point they've lost so much territory, we're probably not going to see anything. We didn't see anything. Onto the blackmailer. We may see some blackmailer counterattacks. Because we do share... Most of our border is basically either the hostile theocrat or the blackmailing theocrat. Okay, so it looks like the theocrat has gone to war with the nomads. So we should expect that nomad territory to disappear soon. And it should be the end turn. And it is. So, next part will be round 211. We'll deal with those 5 decisions and deal with trying to solve all our problems. So until next time, I hope you have a good time and have good luck. Catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.